Hola Miguel. Uy, ya está la Berni. Hola Miguel.
Hola, buenos días.
Hola. Ay, ya está grabando, ¿eh?
Ya veo. Hoy la contaminamos de
Que,
la...
oye, una cosa, voy a compartir la página web contigo un segundo para probarlo, porque
Vale,
siempre comparto documentos y web no he compartido, o llevo mucho sin compartir y no me acuerdo.
sí, bien.
Y bueno, voy a dar para que podamos compartir todos por si acaso.
Ujú.
Por si acaso, no sé. Ay, espera. A ver, espero que aún seamos gentecilla.
Mm.
Pues no. ¿Compartir? ¿Qué ves? ¿Ves ahora el Rural Proofing? ¿La página?
Sí, ya la veo.
Vale, vale, pues voy a dejar de compartir. Ya hay gente en la sala de espera, pero no les admito todavía, ¿no? Espero hasta la una.
Bueno, no está de más que vayan entrando un poco, porque así toman confianza, ven si todo está funcionando. No lo
Vale,
sé.
voy a esperar 5 minutos
Porque
porque 10 minutos antes me parece
sí,
mucho.
sí, mucho, mucho. Pero vamos, cinco sí. Más que nada porque luego la idea es empezar a la una en punto.
Sí,
Bueno, entonces empiezo yo un poco dando la bienvenida y las gracias. Le cedo la palabra, ¿qué sería? Maribel Doval, ¿no?
no, Diana.
La persona. Ah, Diana, ahí está.
Diana,
Diana.
sí,
Diana
del,
Sin. De
del
acuerdo.
gobierno de
Entonces,
Castilla-La Mancha. Te puedo decir, creo que está aquí ya en la web el cargo, espera. Ah,
sí, ya por aquí la tengo.
bueno, y
Así.
si no, del gobierno
Dirección
de
General
Castilla-La
de
Mancha.
Coordinación.
Sí.
Dirección General de Coordinación. Bueno. Entonces, luego tomas tú la palabra para explicar la cuestión de la web, ¿no?
No, eso lo dejamos para el final, porque creo
Para
que
el
es más,
final.
sí, creo que es más, o
Sí.
sea, me
Vale,
puedes,
entonces ya
me puedes
retomo yo y
presentar o
explico.
me presentas a mí en el orden en el que te aparezcamos, si lo que te sea más cómodo. Y la
Sí.
web la dejamos para el final para no quitarles tiempo a ellos. Claro, es que no sé si vamos a
Bien.
hacer 20,
Ujú.
3 o entonces, bueno, creo que no es tan
Bueno,
importante.
pues de ahí pasaremos a la presentación de cada cual, de quiénes somos, pues eso, 30 segundos. Y yo pues ya pasaré a explicar qué es lo que vamos a hacer, en qué fases, de qué manera y qué se pretende
Vale.
conseguir. ¿Eh? Y
Si quieres
entonces,
eso, di lo de los grupos nos vas a decir.
sí, 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 sin
Vale.
perjuicio de que se lo mandaremos por correo electrónico.
Ya
¿Eh?
están en el documento que les envié ayer, ya
Ah, muy
estaban.
bien.
Pero bueno, de todas formas en la web también lo pondremos.
Vale, cuando nos lo confirmen, ¿eh? Cuando...
Claro, exacto, por eso no lo hemos puesto todavía.
De acuerdo. Entonces, pues ya
Eh,
con eso nos ponemos. Entonces, explicamos esto, sí, los grupos incluidos. No, no creo que haga falta relatar quién está en cada sitio, ¿eh? Cada cual lo habrá podido ver en el correo electrónico. Y entonces eso, ir explicando todas las fases del asunto. Y ya te doy paso a ti,
mm,
explicas lo de los pormenores, la web, y abrimos para cualquier duda o pregunta y ya pues cerraríamos.
sí, acuérdate también eso, mencionar lo de Cuenca.
Sí,
Nos han confirmado, bueno, ha habido ya dos que nos han confirmado. María
sí,
Doval y,
ya he
y
visto.
Kate Anderson, que me llega, no sé por qué me estaba llegando a spam y no lo había visto.
No,
No te han respondido de Inglaterra, ¿no?
no, la verdad es que fue un poco, bueno, es un poco
Sí,
mal. Porque le pasé el enlace y todo, oye, mira, a ver. Sí,
bueno.
pero vamos, ahí está, se pueden incorporar cuando llegue el momento.
Las que me llamaron ayer también fueron las del Instituto Nacional de Evaluación de Políticas Públicas y me dijeron que se habían apuntado, pero que ahora resulta que no sabían ni inglés que tenían un montón de dudas, que no están haciendo nada en el instituto, que de hecho van a crear otra agencia para que se encargue de eso.
Ay, Dios.
Entonces, bueno, yo les dije que yo iba a compartir con ellas la información porque igual hasta cierto punto sí que les interesa o no, entonces que bueno, que de momento las íbamos a dejar, que si encontraban a alguien que de verdad encajase, que me lo dijesen, pero bueno, pues eso.
Que
Ayer a
designen,
las 2:30 del mediodía me llamaron.
ya, ya, pues no sé, que designen a alguien que sepa inglés al menos, aunque solo sepa
Sí,
contarles qué
es que
está
me parece
pasando.
increíble. O sea, básicamente me dijeron que no están haciendo nada, que no, eh, casi que ni les interesa el rural proofing. No sé.
Me parece un poco sorprendente que no estén haciendo nada, pero no les interese una parte en donde ya podían ir haciendo algo, como es
Sí,
participar en este asunto.
es que de hecho cuando nos hablaron de ellas, pues era fin, porque yo no me había enterado de que estaba el instituto este creado.
Sí.
Entonces, sí que había leído la ley esta del 2022, pero bueno, el caso es que al principio sí muy motivadas y ahora yo creo que se han deshinchado, que no, yo creo que no tienen claro qué tienen que hacer. Vamos, que
Vaya.
eso, que de hecho ya te digo que van a hacer una agencia dentro de del propio instituto para hacer eso. Pero bueno, eso, que sepas
En fin.
que ahí están.
Me hace gracia que hemos estado desgañitándonos con la necesidad durante años, al menos algunos, de crear una agencia de desarrollo específico rural para las zonas más escasamente pobladas, más jodidas, más tal, las celtiberias, toda esta vez. Oye, y todos cerros en banda. Pero para crear agencias y subagencias así de, ¡guau! Oye, una alegría, dices, pero chico, en fin,
Sí.
no entiendo nada.
Voy a imprimirme un segundo el listado de la gente porque prefiero tenerlo aquí impreso y ya empiezo a
Sí,
dar paso a la gente. O sea, tardo como 30 segundos.
vale, vale.
Vale, voy dando paso que ya tenemos a Bernie, a Heather y a Paim.
Muy bien,
¿Vale? Yo saludo y me silencio de momento. ¿Vale?
vale.
Hi, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
A
Good
ver.
morning.
Good morning, Bernie.
Good morning, Anna. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, and you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. It's a nice day here today.
Also here.
Oh, very good.
It's snowing where I am.
Snowing. Good.
Yeah, all my team, since when I was with you in Bulgaria, they've all moved over to the humanitarian
Yeah.
response now to help out with people that have been isolated because of the storm, because of the electricity being down and broadband and working with older people and whole range of stakeholders trying to get generators in and so it's a bit crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, such damage. It's unbelievable.
Hopefully will have improved since then.
Yeah, this I think it's about 20,000 people still without power. This is week 2.
Wow.
And there's teams over from Poland and Holland and Northern Ireland now as well, helping with the electricity poles. So, yeah.
I'm gonna change my. Okay.
Hola.
Hello, Roberto.
Hello.
And hello, Ivy and Silke. Everyone. And Atanas. Hello, Georgie. Still connecting.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Atanas. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Or good
Morning.
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, maybe.
Yeah. So it's 9 so far.
I'm still admitting some people in the call.
Okay.
There are some people still
Hello.
entering.
Hello,
Hi,
Christy.
Christy.
Okay.
Hola.
Hi, Chema.
Hi.
Nice to listen to you.
Hello.
Hello, Ari.
Hi, Are.
Kate.
Hello, Anna.
We have as well Dr. Atherton. Welcome.
Hi, thanks. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Well, there's 15 of us. Maybe we should give a few minutes more before we start. We actually do kick off. So yeah, 2-3 minutes more and then we'll start. So we have now 2 people from Finland as well, Päivi Ekal, an orphan of mine, and Kenneth Nordberg. Welcome.
Thank you.
And yes, we have Betty Ambris. Welcome.
Hello, thank you. Welcome.
Okay. We wouldn't like to take much of your busy time, so we'll try to make a big effort to start and end at the scheduled time, sharp. One more minute, I think, for this first meeting. I think we can stand. All right, Anna, if there's no one else at the waiting room.
Yes, just some minutes because from the government of Castilla-La Mancha, they are trying to connect. They are asking me for 2 minutes.
Okay, well, we will wait. They are the promoters of this project, so that's a must. Still in casa can have my camera later. Private from lab. Okay, Pivy, try with care. Raul Olivan. Hello, Raul.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little
Welcome.
late.
We are still waiting for the representative of the region of Castilla-La Mancha. Hopefully they won't be too late, as they will be giving a short speech at the opening of this meeting.
As a good politician, he's coming a little late.
Yeah, it goes in the DNA. I'm a very good politician. Hello, Diana.
Hi.
Good morning. Welcome.
We're sorry. We didn't have the link actually. And
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can see us. I don't think so.
Not yet.
Okay.
But
We're trying to figure out what's happening.
try to activate your camera.
Yes.
Is it anybody else from the government of Castilla-La Mancha to wait for?
Yes, I'm here with my colleague, Maite, who is the chief of service of the commissioner.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening actually. I don't see where's the point. Maybe. Ya, no, pero ya le da ahí. No.
Ya se os ve, chicas.
Sí.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you are. Okay, well, Anna, I think we can start if there's no one else to be waited for.
We can start, I think so.
Okay. So, well, again, thank you and welcome. Thank you particularly because you are going to, or you decided to participate voluntarily in activity program that is aimed at several things, but one of them, and the most important, is that we can have the opportunity to exchange knowledge, to exchange views, and to bring home something that can be of good use for every one of us around rural proofing, or in other words, or more specifically, how to monitor or assess the quality of rural proofing methodologies applied by national and regional governments. And in this case, the promoter of this activity is the regional government of Castilla-La Mancha. This is the country of Don Quixote, by the way. And they will well, give us a welcome speech before we get into the details of what we're going to do today, which is basically to anticipate, to get to know better one another, and to know what we're going to be involved over the next weeks and months. So I will give the floor to who was it? I am Diana. Diana Sin. Sorry, Diana, please.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miguel. Well, first of all, good morning, and thank you everyone for, as previously said by Miguel, for being part of this group, for working with us. Well, I'm Diana Sinolano. I'm the General Director of Coordination of the Government of Castilla-La Mancha, and my colleague Maite Valeras is the Chief of Service of the High Commissioner of the Challenge in Castilla-La Mancha. Well, you might already know, because I'm sure you have already studied all the laws, but Castilla-La Mancha has specifically one law to fight against the population. It was adopted in 2021, and the name, well, I'm sure you already know, but it's the law of social, economic, and tax measures against the population, and also to develop the rural environment. And we also have a regional strategy in Castilla-La Mancha since 2021 too. Okay. And this idea was based on because we have with Teruel and Soria one of the most depopulated areas in Spain, and the government thought at the beginning of this period, well, it was actually maybe in 2015 to 2021, that they have to take measures, they have to take actions to go further to try to fight against the population and give the people that live in those areas all the rights and benefits that should be given no matter where they live. And as you know, we are benchmarked in the national and international field, and we've been invited to the European Union and also to the OECD many times to talk about these measures, not only the commissioner, but also the vice president of Castilla-La Mancha, who, by the way, lives in Cuenca, which is a depopulated area too in many of the towns of the province. Well, that law incorporates many measures, many features. You know, the region. I don't know if we are working. Do you hear us? Do you hear us? Because it seems the internet is not working well.
Yes.
We listen.
Okay, I'm sorry. We were guessing. Okay. Well, so as I was saying, the region has been zoned, so we have the sense to the provincial level to identify those sparsely populated areas. We also apply different taxations and benefits to the people that live in those territories. Mobility, which is a very important thing in our opinion, has been designed as a right in our region. So no matter where you live in those areas, that you have the right to have public transport and move from one place to another with what we call the demand-sensitive transport model, which, by the way, has been very popular at the European Union level. If I'm not, I mean, I think the Vice President and the Commissioner has gone several times to the European Commission to talk about these specific measures. We also apply positive incentive criteria to encourage to establish the enterprise and to try to develop in the economic way those areas. And also we have launched the Rural Proofing, or as we call it in Spanish, the demographic impact analysis in legislation. That means that since 2021, all the laws, all the plans, all the programs, all the regulations in general that we do have and we do approve must have this kind of demographic reports. So that way we can measure what we are doing for these places, but also which benefits in the midterm and the long term, the long run, are gonna have a real impact on the population and on the region. And since 2021, we have had a total of 93 demographic impact reports, which is, I mean, for a small region as we are, like a really, a very important measure, I would say. It has had really a very good impact. And also since 2023, we have taken a step further and we have this like a memory or a demographic impact report with the name of memory in the general budget, which means that we bring together all the budgets in different areas, in different sectors of the region, to know how much money we are spending in those policies, but also how it's going to impact at the end of the year. So for this year specifically, we have increased a 6% Europe in the budget, which means we are turning into these policies more than 2,036 million of euros per year, which, as I previously say, for a small region with a small budget, is I would say it's a great effort of our government, because we really want to take this problem in a serious way. So I guess you might know many of these things, and just let us know if you have any questions or if you need some information about things. Here we are with Maite, which is, I would say, the chief number one of this topic because she knows everything about this problem and also the law because she did it by herself. So thank you very much again for working with us, and let us know if you have any questions today or any other day. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Well, she's depicted the background, the work undertaken by the regional government of Castilla-La Mancha in an attempt of what reminds me something I read from an article by Kenneth Nordberg, who is today with us, the concept of spatial justice, applying social justice to a territory so that all citizens, regardless the place where they live, can have a fair access to the same opportunities the welfare state usually provides. So, Kate Anderson has to leave us. Sorry, hopefully it will be nothing but a small incident, and we look forward to meeting you again soon. Kate, good night. So, I will now explain a little bit what we're going to do today. I will explain what will be the next steps we are going to take for this project, the different phases it's got. Then Ana Gomez will take the floor to explain things around the communication tools we have, our website and things like that. And after that, we will open the floor for anybody who may have any question, doubts, or whatever they may want to express before we leave. So, well, first, what we are going to try to do, as I said, over the next months, is to make an exercise in the Cives Mundi methodology, usually is called as a co-creation or co-work, whatever. In any case, we're going to get together to think in common on what would be the best way to assess the quality, the efficiency, the performance, the adaptability, the soundness, etc., of a method of a rural proofing scheme adopted by any public administration. So, we will follow at the first step a series of meetings distributed in different groups. We took the advice of Betty and Bryce on taking to follow up the results of the work made by the European Network for Rural Development. The ENRD developed or elaborated a document called something like a framework of rural proofing actors, in which 6 critical actions for developing a rural proofing scheme had to be taken into account. So these 6 different critical actions could be perfectly the issues that we should address in each of these 6 different working or dialogue groups for co-creation. So these 6 groups are basically, the need is the first of them to have a clear statement of strong and real political will and commitment. The second would be the need to establish a positive shared vision of rural areas and clarity about the role of rural proofing in achieving this. The third, establish clear and coordinated roles and responsibilities. The fourth critical action would be developing a clear template and guidance and a robust accompanying evidence to rural proofing. The fifth will be the establishment of clear monitoring and evaluation mechanisms. And the sixth, last but not least, to set up a long-term work in support of rural proofing. So we looked through your, let's say, rough qualifications and thought that maybe we could do a little bit a prioristic distribution of you into these different 6 groups. We did a little bit like the sorting hat in Hogwarts witchcraft school and the Harry Potter movies and novels. Yeah, so we virtually put that sorting hat on your heads and came out with Gryffindor or Slytherin and whatever. Well, for each other of the groups that would concern you. But I think Anna sent you yesterday that distribution, so I won't repeat what be the group you were initially allocated. But I mean, this is something we did quite a prioristically. So if you feel that you would be better off or be more useful or performer or whatever, any good reason, in another different group of the 6 that we have defined, well, rather the ENRD, please let us know. Just send us an email, explain that you will be better located in that other different group because or no apparent reason. You don't need to give a reason, but at least if you have a preference for another working group, let us know. over the next week would be nice, because this way, if in 1 week we have no news of you, we will conclude that you are happy in the place we put you at, and we'll proceed with the next steps. The next steps that are actually organizing a series of online meetings for each group. And the purpose for these meetings will be to talk about these critic actions for rural proofing, and try to identify or to start figuring out in which way we could best assess the quality of the actions taken by any public administration with regard to it. So if we are talking of building a strong real commitment and political will in favor of rural proofing, what are the actions, what are the things to do, and if we know cases, to what extent things have been ideally well done in each case. So we'll start, let's say, getting into what could be the parameters we should try to take into account in order to make a good monitoring and assessment methodology for any rural proofing. So that's a little bit what we will do over the next weeks. I'm talking of the month of March. And so we will have 6 online meetings, 1 per group. And after this, we will change a little bit our focus. We'll focus on taking into consideration our rough or draft conclusions from the working groups, how to, we will make an analysis of some case studies that are well known. Some of them are existing and ongoing. Some others no longer exist, like the Canadian case, for instance, although in Canada, we have the case of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, who are applying rural proofing. So maybe we can update a little bit what we know about the Canadian rural lands in these meetings. So these new meetings will be 1 per each or 2 case studies. We will try to contrast our conclusions from the first set of working groups meetings and to analyze these case studies in the light of what we have identified as the basic parameters, the basic items that could give us an idea on how good, how weak, how strong rural proofing can be in these cases, in these study cases. That will take place of the month of April, after which we have set a meeting for the 10th of May, a face-to-face meeting in this case, in Castilla-La Mancha, in the city of Cuenca, on, as I said, on the 10th of May. And in this meeting, we will work in order to bring about all the things that we can have learned from one another in our previous meetings, and try to come to a definition of a methodology for monitoring and assessment. So we will tend to get more specific and try to identify the things and how we could measure, establish guidelines or whatsoever in order to come for the final deliverable. We will come up to results, and these results will be the basis for a methodology that we will have to elaborate during the summer, and in order to have a final deliverable in the month of September, October. That's more or less the roadmap we have for our activity. So I don't know, Anna, if you would like to tell us about the communication parts of it?
No, I think that it's better if we start introducing ourselves and then we leave the explanation of the website until the end. Okay,
Sorry.
Betty and Bryce.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a question, but please tell me when it's the right time to ask questions. Did you want me to? I had just a question on the 6 categories that you mentioned. I was wondering if, for example, for the one on political will, I don't know if the groups were like set in stone, but for the one on political will, for example, one of the issues with rural proofing is that when governments change, you have to reestablish the value added of the political will. So some of the other writings on this is about embedding this in the public administration and the rural proofer. So where are we going to be discussing how to embed this into the civil servant who is indeed the rural proofer? So that's my first question, and that works alongside political will, but again, more long-term. That's the first question. The second question is the participatory nature of rural proofing. So when to bring in, as we're developing the evidence, the experts, the institutional actors who can support governments, when or what group discusses that issue. So those are things that jumped out to me that I didn't necessarily see from the 6. So I just wanted to raise that early. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty Ann. Well, it's very difficult to be very determinant on these issues. Political will changes with the politicians, but political will can be maintained to some extent through different ruling administrations if a particular effort in political communication is made or in social media and social communication to establish the idea that rural proofing is like having education or health. It's something that has must be done in any case in one way or another, to some extent or to another. But in any case, that's a little bit the questions that we will not have answers, satisfactory answers probably to this all, but at least we need, even if we have the group coming down to the conclusion that finally there's no point of assessing the capability to create political will, that will be useful in any case to have the discussion group elaborating around this. And the same thing applies for the long-term work in support of rural proofing. And as you said, it's related to the first group. It's a sort of guarantee for giving feedback to the will and commitment to keep on the road or to change the direction undertaken or to adapt it to the changing times and circumstances. So I couldn't give you at this point a clear answer to your questions, but I suggest that in any case it is good that we have a group discussing on it, and then depending on the conclusions, we will place it or not, or in one way or another, different one, in the final outcome of our work. I don't know if I well understood what you meant, or you wanted to be.
No, I think it's fine. I just wanted to raise those points. I feel like they'll come up again. Thank you.
Okay. Well, so yes, I forgot to invite you to present yourselves very briefly, 30 seconds, 1 minute at most, because we don't want to abuse your time. I'll start with myself. I'm Miguel Martinez Tomei. I am a consultant specialized in innovative rural development here in Spain usually translates into repopulation of sparsely populated or depopulated rural areas. And I've been working for several years on this issue, and particularly since 2014, as a result of my activity in the European Parliament, institution with which I'm linked also professionally. So please feel free to, Heather, for instance, do you want to present yourselves?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Heather Hall. I'm an associate professor at the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. I've been researching the rural lens here in the Canadian context for the last 10 years, I guess, in various provinces and also federally. Most of my work looks at rural and northern economic development and innovation in our resource-based sectors. And I'm a member of the Canadian Rural Revitalization Foundation, which is a national organization that looks to provide more information on rural policy and rural development across the country. And I'm really excited to join everyone and chat about rural proofing.
Thank you, Heather. Bernie?
Hi, everyone. My name is Bernie Donlan, and I work in Galway County Council in the west of Ireland. And I work in, I've worked in many departments over the years in Galway County Council, and in particular housing, planning, and I've also worked as social inclusion officer and coordinated a Galway Age Friendly programme. Our work is basically local, so we work on the ground with community groups, and at present my function is developing community groups to develop local projects such as outdoor recreation and developing trails and such. So again, we are a rural local authority, and I'm involved in this project here with Spain and Bulgaria and Estonia and some of yourselves here, my colleagues, and I'm delighted to be involved in it. And the policy instrument we are using as part of this project is our local economic and community plan. And we have just completed it, and that was a wide consultation with all groups and organisations in the county. So that's it. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Bernie. Silke, please take the floor and present yourself.
Yes, hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. My name is Silke Harich. I work for Spatial Foresight, which is a Luxembourg-based territorial development think tank and consultancy. Yeah, I'm German, but I worked for many years in Spain on regional innovation policies, but also on urban and rural development policies. And now I work a lot in the cross-border and interreg context in the European Union and many different countries, also on studies on different aspects for regional development. Yeah, also some experience from Latin American countries. And glad to be here and to listen to this interesting project and group of experts here.
Thank you, Silke. We are also glad to have you here as well. Christy, please, can you present yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Christy from Estonia, and I'm working in the Association of Municipalities. I'm a communication professional, so I've been working also as a communication head in local government and working with different community groups, and also participating in Interreg Europe project on rural proofing with other partners also here. So looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. And we also have Are Kasemets, also from beautiful Estonia. Are, please introduce yourself.
Hello to everyone, and thank you for the invitation. And as I remember from school times, famous Cervantes Don Quixote was from La Mancha, and it seems that sometimes the mission of rural proofers is quite impossible, but together in our countries we we would change this situation. My background in brief, I'm now the advisor in regulatory impact assessment and civic inclusion in the Ministry of Regional Affairs and Agriculture in Estonia. Formerly, I was also the head of parliamentary research service dealing with impact assessment issues and so on, and comparative studies. And also I have been many years as a board member of Estonian movement of small towns and villages. And the question was how to press the officials in local authorities and ministries in the field of rural development. So that different ideas, and I hope that it will be quite fruitful network to improve the situation in our countries.
Thank you very much, Ari. And from Scotland, Jane Atherton, please.
Thank you, Miguel. Hi, everybody. Nice to see some familiar faces and to meet new people. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this. I'm Jane Atherton. I'm a senior lecturer at the Rural Policy Centre at SRUC, Scotland's Rural College, based in sunny today, Edinburgh. I guess I've been interested in rural policy and rural proofing for quite a long time, having visited Canada in the mid-1990s and heard about the rural lens there. So I was involved a little bit in the ENRD work that you've already mentioned. And I guess it's interesting, particularly for me in Scotland here, we now have island proofing, which is a requirement, and also the introduction of rural proofing in Scotland. So it's really interesting times, and I'm looking forward to learning more about Spain and sharing what's happening in Scotland. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jane. We're also eager to listen to what you can teach us. Well, Diana and Maite, they already introduced themselves, and I'll give the floor now to Georgi Simeana from Bulgaria.
Hello, thank you, Miguel. My name is Georgi. I come from city of Pazardzhik. It's located in Bulgaria. I work for Association of Municipality of Pazardzhik province. It's a typical rural region comprising 12 municipalities. All of them are considered as rural. It's very interesting region located between the two biggest urban territories, Sofia and Plovdiv in Bulgaria. So this somehow impacts also our development. It's great to be part of this initiative. I really thank you, and I hope to be fruitful work. Thank you very much, Miguel.
Thanks to you, Georgi. Serafin Pazos is also an expert on the issue we're going to be dealing with. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Well, I think in the presence of many people I have read, some of them met over the years, I will be calling myself an expert will be too much. But I'm a researcher and political analyst on cohesion policy, and therefore territorial impact assessment, and therefore rural proofing. I was a civil servant or official from the UK and other public regional administrations in Spain and the UK for many years, 18, 20 years. And I'm now working in the European Association of Innovation Rural Development, where I head the Rural Territorial Development Unit. So I do a lot of Horizon Europe projects, for instance. I contributed to the framework for rural proofing actions that Professor Atherton quite modestly says she had a bit of a role. I think she had a bigger role than she's giving away. And I'm glad to participate in doing the equivalent work, but in a much more granular way in a region like Castilla-La Mancha, which is, I would say, and I'm not from there, I'm from Galicia, a world leader in this topic, because they are not just doing the talk, but walking the walk. And that's the great thing that we should be congratulating ourselves that we are doing this job together. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Serafin. Now I'll give the floor to Kenneth Norberg, a very inspiring author to me. Please tell us.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm Kenneth Norberg. I work as a researcher at the Åbo Academy university in Finland. It's the only Swedish-speaking university in Finland. I work at a unit called Regional Science, which deals with both urban and rural issues. I've been more focused on rural issues and rural development, and have ongoing projects on rural development. So I'm very happy to join here and learn about the experiences in different countries.
Thank you very much. Also from Scotland, Kate Anderson, please tell us about yourself.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, sorry. My name's Kate Anderson. I am the team leader in the Rural Delivery Policy team in Scottish Government. We look mostly in our work at holistically how the Scottish Government is delivering for various different types of rural spaces in Scotland. And one of the things that I've been working on recently with Jane, who spoke earlier, is looking at how we do effective rural proofing in Scotland. At the moment, as Jane mentioned, we have an islands impact assessment, which is statutory, but trying to encompass more of Scotland, particularly on the mainland. We have a rural proofing toolkit that we're trying to get a lot of take up with our policy colleagues so that rural needs are mainstreamed throughout the work that they do. And I'll be fascinated to hear kind of thoughts and ideas from this group, because that would be really helpful.
Thank you very much, Kate. Now I'll give the floor to Atanas Slavov.
Hello again. Thank you for the invitation. I'm Atanas and I'm head legal advisor of the municipality of Cives, Bulgaria. I have been working on educational infrastructure and social projects in the region for several years. I'm glad to be part of this project and I hope we can achieve excellent results together. I know how important the problems of small populated areas are, and that's why I think it's great to work on the issue together. Thank you.
Thank you, Atanas. Maribel Doval, from the government of Castilla-La Mancha as well. Can you give us little words about you?
Well, I'm from the University of Vigo in the northwest of Spain.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just misread my notes. Of course.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me, Miguel, and all the colleagues from El Hueco and Castilla-La Mancha region. I'm an associate professor at the University of Vigo. We are located in the northwest of Spain, Galicia. I'm currently the Vice Dean for Research and Innovation at the Faculty of Education and Social Sciences. But I was also during the last 6 years.
¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien? Todo bien, me encanta conocerte, ¿eh? Que venía, pero...
I was during 6 years the Vice Rector for the alignment of the Agenda 2030 and ruralities issues in my university. As an academic researcher, I have experience in inclusion, sustainability, rural development, and capacity building in higher education institutions. I'm participating or coordinating several European projects related with rurality and Agenda 2030. I'm working with a multi-stakeholder approach and participatory research methodologies with local communities, ensuring inclusive and collaborative solutions. And I'm a strong believer in the relevance of science for policy and evidence-based decision-making. So I'm very happy to be here with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Maribel. Betty Ann, please.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity to participate. I'm Betty Ann Bryce. I'm the Rural Policy Coordinator at the OECD in the Rural Division. And we work a lot on rural proofing, as I'm sure I've come across many of you in our work, either in person or through citing your work, I will say. So I'm actually doing a draft on rural proofing right now as I talk to you for someone else. So I look forward to participating in this work. And we release a lot of work on rural proofing, and our delegates are asking us more and more to bring in examples and to go deeper on the issues. So this is, of course, very interesting to me as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty Ann. Ivy, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, now I'm here in my home office. Hi, everyone. Greetings from Lapland, the northernmost region in the European Union. So I'm working as a development director in Regional Council of Lapland, which is comprised by the 21 municipalities of Lapland. And in my work, I'm responsible for regional development issues, EU financing issues, and also a lot of international networks and international projects. I'm new in this network. I'm happy to join you and to learn from you who are more experienced in this matter. But Lapland, as a very sparsely populated region and very huge region also in geography compared to rest of Finland, so we consider us as a rural area as a whole. So it is very interesting for me to be here.
Thank you, Päivi. That's nice to see you and to hear you again. And well, we have the people from Cives, Mundi, El Hueco, from journalists, people responsible for communicating well this initiative as well. We have Chema López Juderías. I don't know if he can tell us something, but in any case, he's also a former director of one of the most prestigious journals in newspapers in Aragon, El Diario de Teruel.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I must say that that's the very true. We have learned a lot reading. Me as an Aragonese, I come from Aragon as well. I've learned a lot of my own rural reality through the pages of Diario de Teruel under the direction of Chema. Well, if you don't want to add anything else, or anyone who may be listening to this meeting, okay, I will give the floor to Anna so that she can explain to us what's around the website and everything. I must say something, and it's important to remind that all these meetings will be recorded, and the recordings, the videos will be open for anyone who may want to see them. So if you have any concern about this, please let us know as soon as possible so that we can manage a little bit to what extent you want to share your image with the worldwide side. So Anna, please take the floor.
Thanks, Miguel, and thanks everyone for participating in this project. Well, as you already know, I'm Ana Gomez, you know from my many mails, and I work as a project coordinator in an NGO called Cives Mundi, which is based in Soria, one of the smallest regions in Spain, a real depopulated area. And I'm also collaborate with El Hueco, and together we are developing several projects now related to social innovation, to how to increase governance capacities, and also in rural proofing projects. So that's why we have, together with the government of Castilla-La Mancha, we have launched this initiative. So I'm going to share, well, the website it needs to be finished by the end of the next week, But I'm going to show you some issues from the website so you can familiarize with it. Can you see it? Okay, so in the homepage, we can find the group of the 30. As you know, I ask you for some information from some bio from you, so you can find it here. There are some people that are still pending for sending their bios, but you can find some of you here. Well, it's quite obvious the website, but I would like to explain you some details. So the background, it explains we can find information on how we arrived here and what motivated the government of Castilla-La Mancha and Cives Mundi to start this project. So you can find some information. Then you can also find the key dates, activities, and phases, which are the same that I sent you yesterday, but in case you need it, you can find it also here. And then two important tabs, which are documentation and blog. In documentation, we are going to introduce all the information that we are going to, all the information and documents and bibliography that we are going to use to work in this project. So if you have any document that you consider that could be interesting for the rest of the group, don't hesitate to share it with me so we can upload here in this section. And we also we are going to include in this section also the documents and products that are going to be created during this project. And then in the blog tab, you will be able to find, for example, these sessions recorded. So you will find a link and some information about these workshops and sessions. As I've mentioned, it needs to be finished. But at the end of the next week, I will send you the link, and feel free to suggest anything or to comment anything and to send information to be uploaded. And that's all. So Miguel, you can continue.
Thank you, Anna. Well, as I said, I would like to insist a little bit. You have 1 week ahead to express your conformity with the groups of the first set of meetings that we designed, and so that we can take them into account and try to reshuffle the composition of each of them the best way we can. And well, it's now the time for you to put forward any questions that you may have around this initiative, about what we are going to do, and whatever you may want to ask. So please feel free to open your microphones and talk and ask.
If I may, just perhaps it's not been clear, and it's perhaps it would be useful to repeat it or emphasize it. How do you plan the dynamics to operate in terms of the actual working groups? I think you mentioned that in a very general terms, but you will have somebody from the organization will act as a facilitator. There will be some questions put forward. I mean, if you could perhaps explain the dynamics a bit more, that will be helpful for particularly those that are less familiar with I know the way you work in Hueco, of course, but not necessarily everybody is of a way that you normally do things, which they do excellently, but perhaps it wanted a bit more explanation. Thank you.
Well, El Hueco is specialist in group dynamics, but in any case, I will like to say that for each thematic group, each of the 6 first groups, I will draft a series of questions, of aspects that could steer our conversation on each of the 6 critical actions to consider for rural proofing assessment. So I will send you before these meetings this set of possible questions or issues we should address. And then I will be participating at each of these meetings, by the way. So I will be a little bit the one to moderate, to introduce questions, to also try to record our main conclusions. But it will be a sort of what the French call an auberge espagnol, and Spanish auberge. I didn't know that existed before I listened to that French person saying an auberge espagnol, Spanish auberge. Well, it will be a sort of conversation, but a conversation whereby we'll come to the main conclusions. We will identify what are the aspects that we should take into account when assessing the quality of this or that critical aspect of a rural proofing methodology. Is that what does it answer to your question?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was just for more reassurance to colleagues about that. Thank you.
Okay, let me add to this that in the following set of meetings, the ones that will consider case studies, each of the members of the previous groups will be committed to the task of paying particular attention in each case study to the aspect, to the critical action for rural proofing that he or she was working in the first stage. So it will be a little bit the guardians that everything is taken into account when we analyze and these case studies. And of course, further on in the face-to-face meeting in Cuenca, to remind that there are questions you dealt with that shouldn't be forgotten in our final analysis and conclusions.
Maybe one question. Some of us live in Europe, in Brussels. That's the long weekend here. It's the 9th of May. So I might be pressed by my family not to go to Cuenca, despite of me never been there. Do you plan to do any online access to the final meeting?
Yes, of course, because we are also have some other participants that express their regret for not being able to come to Cuenca in May, and we will in any case have them connected online, so as they can participate and get also their feedback of what we do and say there. Do you want to add anything else about this, Anna?
Well, it's difficult to decide how we are going to manage this workshop in Cuenca, but as Miguel have said, we will try to involve you in any way. We would like to make this workshop very participative, so it's going to be difficult to include you in every activity of the workshop, but we are planning to make such a kind of a brief summary of the session at the end of the morning and maybe at the end of the evening. But you will receive this information during these weeks.
All right. Well, any other question? Or do you just want to say something? Well, excuse me, but I got a very bad cold last week, and I lost my voice, and now I've just recovered it, but I hardly can recognize myself in this voice you hear. So probably I will run out of voice in a matter of minutes. And if you don't want anything else to add, and unless Anna has anything to add, I will again give you tell you thanks for being here, and looking forward to meet you soon in our next meetings, and get a grip on the matter that has brought us together around rural proofing, around improving life and living conditions for everybody, regardless the place they live, and trying to make this world a little bit better for everybody. So thank you very much. I won't take you no 1 minute else of your precious time, and hope to see you soon, as I say. So bye-bye. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Christian. Bye, Anna.
Bye.
Bye.
Hola.
Goodbye.
Pues no sé qué pasó, pero yo no te decía que no recibí el correo ese de ayer. No sé si es que lo traspapelé.
Estaba dentro
Para ver mi
del...
spam.
Uy, me estoy viendo con eco, perdona. Estaba dentro del documento que volví a enviar con las actividades y las fechas, pero os lo vuelvo a enviar a todos.
No, que va, no, si lo mandaste voy a mirar. Vamos a ver.
Sí, de todas formas lo voy a volver a enviar a todos y voy a sacarlo del documento para que quede claro.
Vamos a ver, el último que recibí vuestro de ayer, dices, ¿no?
Sí, creo que lo envié ayer. ¿Puedes hacerme el favor de mirar también en correo no deseado?
Sí, ya miré, sí, ya miré, por eso. Vamos a ver, tengo de ayer uno de las 14:08.
Sí, ahí en el documento, uno de los documentos que adjuntaba, están las fechas para los grupos, porque antes iba a haber 5 grupos y ahora hay 6. Entonces está ya quién está en cada
Sí,
grupo y,
está en la fecha de
y
los
en qué fechas.
grupos.
A ver,
Está
no
el
lo tengo
grupo 1.
abierto y no sale, y de encima no sale los grupos. Es que no tengo abierto el documento.
¿No? A mí me sale primera, bueno, el punto 3, ahí están las fechas de cada uno de los grupos, y el link a esta reunión y a las siguientes, pero a mí no me sale.
Había 2 documentos adjuntos, uno de
Sí,
una
y el
página
otro,
y en el otro es donde
es el
está.
amplio.
En el amplio es donde está.
Ah, perdón, aquí está. Sí,
Nada, no te
vale.
preocupes.
Creí que era como el anterior, que ya nos habéis enviado amplio, y acabo
Pues
de ver ahora que estoy
no te
en
preocupes, pero
Vale, perdón.
nada, no te
Nada,
preocupes. Por si
perfecto.
acaso también ha dado a error a otra gente o a confusión, lo voy a volver a enviar fuera porque igual está más claro.
Vale, porque es el mismo documento que nos mandasteis la vez anterior,
Sí,
o al menos el mismo formato, y por
sí,
eso
con
me
algunas
lío.
fechas actualizadas. Vamos,
Vale, pues nada.
actualizadas, las de los grupos y la del 10 de mayo, por si acaso,
Sí,
para que, y
vale.
incluyendo que iba a ser Cuenca.
Venga, de acuerdo. Pues muchísimas gracias y disculpa el
Nada, a
error.
ti, Maribel, no te preocupes, adiós.
Un abrazo, adiós.
Adiós, Maribel.
Chao, adiós, hasta luego.
Bueno,
Miguel, voy a finalizar la reunión y así se guarda y ya, y si quieres hacemos una mini llamada de conclusión.
correcto, muy bien.